Hi everyone, this is Iris from ileetarots. Welcome to your weekly reading. This reading is going to be for the air signs, so that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And this reading is going to be from for the 7th to the 13th of June 2021. If you're new to my video, what I usually do is I pull one card for the collective energy, and then I pull two cards for Gemini, two cards for Libra, and two cards for Aquarius, and then I'm going to tie it all into the collective energy, thus giving you your weekly reading. For this week's reading, I'm going to add in one card each for every sign from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. Okay, so this card is going to be maybe just some additional advice or some additional message for you for the coming week. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the cards on camera. It won't take long. So notice what messages you have for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So can you please give me one card for the collective energy? Okay, so I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to pull two cards for Gemini, two cards for Libra, two cards for Aquarius for the coming week. Okay, now I'm going to pull one card each from the Sacred Creators Oracle. This one card for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay. Alright, so let's start with the collective energy. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups. Now the Four of Cups, for this particular card, it can talk about meditation. It can talk about just not giving a care around for other for the energies surrounding you. It can also talk about, I would say, being at peace. I feel that for this week, for air signs, this week it is about resting. And because usually for the in the usual Rider-Waite deck, sometimes this card can talk about missed opportunities or just not paying attention to the surroundings. It will have to depend on what the other cards will show. So let's just go straight for Gemini's reading. So Gemini, you have Two of Wands and you have the Hangman. Okay, for the Sacred Creators Oracle card, you have Lead Your Metamorphosis. So Lead Your Metamorphosis does denote, it does indicate of a change, but none of your tarot cards here talk about change, but it is more about you taking a step back to figure out either do you want to change, or if that change, that transformation has happened and you are trying to process through of what happened. For me, I feel this is before a transformation. Of course, for some of you, this is the after. Anyway, why I say that is because you have Four of Cups and you have the Hangman, and these two energies are similar in the sense that you need to quiet your mind. You need to quiet down and stop struggling. Stop trying to be in control. And usually for these two cards, it usually indicates that you have no control over something that you want to have control in. Okay? And because of that, that's why there's the Two of Wands energy in the reading. Because Two of Wands is saying, okay, so I have nothing in control. I cannot do anything. It's sort of like is that a word? Relent? I'm just letting go and letting God. But Two of Wands is about being open to all sorts of choices, to all sorts of opportunity. So perhaps for some of you, there is this big change coming, and you are wondering whether or not to take it, I guess. But I don't really feel it. I feel it's more like you're wondering if you should go for it. You're wondering if you should. I don't know why. I'm trying my best trying to connect on what it is. What is this thing that has to transform, and something that you cannot be in control with? Because this kind of change, this kind of metamorphosis requires you to transform from within. I would expect that at the very least it needs your consent. Okay? Gemini, I am very, very curious as to what this is about. I would really, really like it if you can comment below and let me know what this is about. At least just give me an idea of what this is. Because yes, I feel what I feel. I say what I hear in my head. All the messages comes into my head. But sometimes it's just like, what am I saying? Does it even resonate? Yeah, I'm just trying my best to see if there's anything else I can tell you. I just can feel and see that you are moving towards a change. Okay, Geminis, I think I can only get you these messages. So I hope that's enough for you, because I have to move to the other signs, otherwise my video will not be will not be enough. Okay, so now we move to Libras. Libras, you have the Hierophant. Oops. You have the Hierophant. You have the Six of Cups. Okay. And you have your past supports your future. So it's interesting that we have this card and this Six of Cups, because Six of Cups usually indicates past, because it's a card about nostalgia. It's a card about nostalgic. Okay, and sometimes people like to read it as, an ex-lover, a past person, and some to a certain extent to childhood. Okay, I don't know why I'm stuttering. I think for some of you this is about your children, or rather yet maybe it's about there was something in the past, perhaps an event, a situation that happened, and from that situation, from that event, you learn, or you build yourself. So maybe in the past you build, perhaps you start to save up maybe 20 bucks a day, and then it slowly accumulates until today, and you see suddenly, oh, I don't even remember I had this savings, and now it's here. It's here when I need it the most. To me, I feel this is something that's more abstract. Abstract meaning like more like character building. And with the Hierophant here, Hierophant usually talks about structure, order, rules, strict. But sometimes to me, it also comes as the way the universe wants to do it for you. That's why sometimes people say everything happens for a reason. In order for you to have money, you must first save. That is the structure, that is the order. Okay, I'm not talking about striking lottery and all that, but for these things to happen, this thing must come first. Okay, I like how you have the Four of Cups and the Six of Cups here, because to me you know, I like to just combine them together, and you get the 10 of cups. In other words, for this week, it's not that things are in order. It is because there was something that you have done before now that will that you are able to reap the rewards. It's not like a reward actually. It feels more like you are you will have this moment where, oh my gosh, I am so glad I have done this in the past, and you will feel grateful for it for the coming week. Okay, and it's more like it's being supported by the universe, by God, by spirit, by source. Okay, all right, Libras, so that's all I have for you. All right, now I will move to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, you have Justice and you have the Fool. Now you have Soul on Fire. All right, this is really interesting in a sense that these two energies are so in contrast. This is the Four of Cups, meditation, resting, and just not giving care in the world. But you have Soul on Fire here. Okay, and you have Justice and you have the Fool. I would say that both this energy are more to one side because it's more fiery, it's more energetic, it is more adventurous, whereas this side is more calm and collected. And if you were to describe Justice as a character, a personality, then Justice is saying that the person or the energy supports someone when they are at balance, meaning to say their emotions do not get the best of them, and they don't get so caught up with their logical mind, the facts and figures, and everything must be evidence, evidence, evidence. No. I would say that for this coming week, oh, okay, I see it now. Okay, for this coming week, very likely you are feeling just like the Fool here, in the sense that you are a bit adventurous, but be careful not to be reckless. Okay, because your soul is on fire, very likely there's something that you want to do, but this reading is saying, hold up, take it slow, don't rush things. Okay, which is why Justice is here, and which is why Four of Cups is here, where you feel very agitated, I would say. You always want to jump around, you always want to do something, get something done, because you just cannot sit still. Okay, but this week you have to be careful on how you I would say, just be careful of how you feel, and be aware of the energy that you will exude to other people and to yourself. Okay, it's more like a warning, to be really honest. Why is that? I don't know. Perhaps we will be able to see this in the next week. So for maybe you could be having an event, you could be doing some project, and this reading is telling you to be careful. I don't think it's saying slow it down. It's just that it's telling you to be aware. It may be that you are a bit too what's the word, just a bit too excited for your own good. Okay, so just try to, there are times where you just have to calm down so that you can see things in a what's the word, just see things as it is. Okay, all right, so air signs, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for your time. Hi everyone, this is Aries from Ileetarots. Welcome to your weekly reading. This reading is going to be for the earth signs, so that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And this reading is going to be for the 7th to the 13th of June 2021. if you're new to my video, what I usually do is I pull one card for the collective energy, and then 2 cards for Taurus, 2 cards for Virgo, and 2 cards for Capricorn, and then I will tie it all into the collective energy, thus giving you your weekly reading. For this week's weekly reading, I will be incorporating one card from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. It will just be either an advice for you for the coming week, or it can be just an extra message for you. We will see how it goes, okay? So if you can give me a few seconds, let me shuffle the cards. It will not take long, I promise. Okay, so Earth Signs collective reading for the coming week, 7th to the 13th of June 2021. Universe, can you please give me one card for the collective energy? Okay. And then 2 cards for Taurus. 2 cards for Virgo. Excuse me. 2 cards for Virgo. 2 cards for Capricorn. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Right. So 1 card each from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. So 1 card for Taurus, 1 card for Virgo, 1 card for Capricorn. Alright. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go into the collective energy. We have the 6 of Cups. Now, 6 of Cups is about feeling very safe, feeling at home. It doesn't matter if you are alone and you feel at home, or maybe if you are with someone who makes you feel like you're at home. This kind of feeling, usually you can get it whenever you're around people that you consider as a soulmate. You know, sometimes there are just people in your life where you feel, I can trust this person. You know, it's just that feeling. It's that, I wouldn't say urge, but there's something within yourself that makes you feel and go, there's something more to this person. I just don't know what it is. But at the same time, you feel that you can totally have full trust, and you don't even need to really know much about that person. It's just that it's the feeling, it's the energy that you feel from this person. Okay. All right, excuse me. All right, so now let's go into Taurus reading. So Taurus, you have Page of Wands and 2 of Wands, and you have manifesting and doing. All right. When it comes to the tarot cards, I would say only the Page of Wands and the 2 of Wands would be your manifestation energy or manifesting energy. And yes, I would like to see that these 3 cards here, it's going to give you a lot of energy, a lot of action-based kind of routine for you for this coming week. And I would see that, I would understand how this makes you feel safe, because you feel like you've done something, you got something going. And Page of Wands is a very active kind of card. It's not the card there that just, just say something and not do anything. There is some sort of action in this reading, in this energy. I would say that you may not see the results this week, but I don't think that really matters, because you have this energy that is right, that is meant to be done. And while you may not see the results, it gives you an idea that, oh, I've done my work, therefore I feel safe. I feel safe that I've done my work, I've given all my best, rather than just sitting around and just waiting for things to happen, and then you wonder, oh my gosh, what's going to happen, what is to come. I cannot foresee what's the results or what's going to happen if I don't do anything. I don't feel like this energy is very exciting or anything busy. It's just that I feel you are doing something, and it is for the good. It is for the highest good. It is for your own good, and you're going to, I wouldn't say it's not like you're not going to enjoy it. You will enjoy the process, and this week is going to be productive for you. Okay. All right, so Taurus, that's all I have for you. So now I'm going to move to Virgos. All right, Virgos, you have Knight of Cups, you have Magician. What do you really want? Okay. With the Six of Cups and Knight of Cups, usually this reading should talk about love matters. It should talk about emotions and feelings, but I feel this is more about how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your project, how you feel about your productivity. You have the Magician card here, which is really a great card to have if you want to achieve something. And I like that these two cards came out together, because what do you really want? it's it's a question that asks you how how much do you want it, which is along the lines of what the Magician is about. Because in the Rider-Waite card, in the Rider-Waite tarot deck, it is usually a card where a person is holding this wand in their hands, and they have all the tools on the table. They have the pentacles, the swords, the wands, and what's the other one? The pentacles, the pentacles, the wands, the sword, and the cups, right? So what is the thing that is, or that will make you move? It is your willpower. It is that want. It is that drive. So ask yourself, what is it that you really want for this coming week? So maybe for some of you, it may be related to love matters. And to be honest, I cannot see more than just these 3 or 4 cards. Maybe more towards whether or not you want that person to be around you, or if you want to continue with that person. And it is so general, I know. But other than that, I will also say that this is about more of some sort of creative work that inspires you. So let's say, for example, if you are a painter, okay, and you have you have all these ideas going about, you have all this urge to paint, then this reading is telling you, so what is it that you really want? Do you want fame? Do you want to just really enjoy painting? Or do you just want to just transmute that energy pent up inside and put it on the canvas? I also want to quickly mention that we are in Mercury retrograde, so wouldn't say I was that surprised to see if this reading is going to be love related matter. And yes, Six of Cups can be a card about an ex-lover, a past person. Okay, so if this is really about love matters, then of course this reading is asking you, do you really want to go back to this person? Because right now, again, we are in Mercury retrograde, so there is a perhaps some tendency within us to reach out to a past person. Sometimes the past person can come back because everyone has this urge. They have this, they suddenly think about the past person, the ex-lover. So I guess it really depends on your situation now, right? You know, for some of you that I don't have a past person. Okay, if you don't have a past person, then you don't have to worry about this. And it's very likely about some sort of creativity or inspiration that you have to chase. Okay? All right, Virgos, that's all I have for you. So now we're going to move to Capricorns. All right. So Capricorns, you have death, and you have Knight of Pentacles, and you have raw intention. All right. So raw intention tells me that there's some sort of urge, which would explain why death is here, because death is usually a card about transformation, that something has to die in order to begin. So what's the thing that has to die? Perhaps a past behavior, a past attitude, a past some sort of mentality, some sort of societal norm that perhaps you do not want to accept anymore. Okay, and I would say that this transformation is going to be very slow because of the Knight of Pentacles, but I guess raw intention here is asking you to really ask yourself, what is the true intention that you want to pursue this transformation? Okay, so Six of Cups very likely is related to someone that you care about. Maybe you're thinking, you know, whether or not you should finally let this person go, or maybe you, or it could be that maybe you should, you know, chase this person. It really depends, right? To be honest, I feel this is more about yourself rather than anything related to other people. So if you have this urge or this thing that you know that you have to change, that you have to transform, in a sense, like maybe you have to give up smoking, you have to change your lifestyle so that you know your health can improve. Okay, and I would say whatever intention that you have, it is for your own good. It is so that you can feel safe, it is so that you can feel comfortable. Okay, it's going to be a very, very long journey, especially with this Knight of Pentacles, which indicates it's a very slow moving progress, and you know it's going to be slow, but you're still going to reach your destination, right? Okay, so Capricorns, that's all I have for you. I hope that resonates with you. And Earth signs, that's all I have for you for this week's reading. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you next video. Bye. Hi everyone, this is Aries from ileetarots. Welcome to your weekly reading. This reading is going to be for the 5 signs, so that's Aries, Leos, and Sagittarius. And this reading is going to be for the 7th to the 13th of June 2021. If you are new to my video, what I usually do is I pull one card for the collective energy, and then I pull 2 cards for Aries, 2 cards for Leo, and 2 cards for Sagittarius, and I'm going to tie it all into the collective energy, thus giving you your weekly reading. Okay, for this weekly reading, I am going to also incorporate one card from the Sacred Creator Oracle deck. Creator's Oracle deck. It's just going to be some extra advice, or it's just going to be some extra message for you for the coming week. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle my cards on camera. Don't worry, it will not take long. So we're going to shuffle the cards on camera. Universe, what messages you have for the 5 signs for the coming week, 7th to the 13th of June 2021. So we have one card for the collective, which I'm going to put it there, and then we pull 2 cards for Aries, 2 cards for Leos, and 2 cards for Sagittarius. Okay, and now I'm going to pull one card each for every sign. So one Sacred Creator's Oracle card for Aries, one for Leos, and one for Sagittarius. Okay, so now let's go into the collective energy. So for the collective energy, we have the Star. Okay, so the Star talks about healing. It talks about getting back energy that you've lost, that you perhaps you were drained from. So this card can talk about rejuvenation. It can talk about recuperation. It is a lot, any kind of healing that you can think of. That is the star. Sometimes it is as literal as it is. So some people, some readers read it as a wish being granted, or maybe for some of you there's a wish that is going to come true, or maybe there's something that you want to wish for. Okay, but usually for this card, to me it is always about healing, and there's more or less an element of water involved in the star. So sometimes this card to me can come up as, just giving yourself a nice bath, shower, maybe, get your getting your face, in what's called, uh, getting your faces cleaned. It can, I wouldn't call this card, I wouldn't say this card is about pampering. It is just more about relaxation and spa. Yes, I was trying to say that. Just heading out to just enjoying your time in the spa. Okay, so now let's go into the sign of Aries. So Aries, this is your reading. So you have the Ten of Swords and you have the King of Pentacles. Okay, and you are the light. So straight up, this reading is about you rejuvenating yourself, recuperating yourself after a very tough time. I'm not sure if this is already happening as you watch, but very likely it will come to you during the week of 7th to the 13th of June. So perhaps you are tired, perhaps you are stressed. Okay, and it's not like it's a good kind of stress in the sense that you have done a lot of work, because you have the King of Pentacles, which talks about abundance that you have reaped from your efforts. Okay, so you have gotten what you want, you have achieved what you want, and yes, it is very tiring. Yeah? You have done all the work, you are very hardworking. So for this coming week, it is deservingly yours, because it is time for you to take a rest. It is time for you to rejuvenate and recuperate, so that you will be able to I would say, maintain your momentum, or more like just face another week of you having to be so hardworking. All right, in other words, this week is time for you to rest. All right, and you are the light here is saying that you deserve, it's more like you deserve this rest so much. You have done all the work. No one can tell you that, hey, you still need to buck up, you still need to do your things. No, you have done your homework. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can feel, anything else I can see. Okay, Aries, so that's all I have for you. Okay, so you deserve a break. Okay, so now we move to Leos. All right, Leos, what do we have? You have the Sun and you have the King of Cups. Your reading is no different than Aries, to be honest, and you are magic. Yep. Okay, yeah, and straight up, there's no difference between your reading and Aries. Okay, because the sun is a very, very happy, it's one of the most joyous, it's one of the most positive card in tarot. But for every card there's always a pros and cons, and I'm not trying to like give you bad news, or just not invalidating you of something, but sometimes the sun can mean that you can get burnt out, because Remember, our collective energy is the star, where it talks about rejuvenation and recuperating and just healing yourself from within yourself. Okay, and you have the King of Cups, which is very nice because Leos, you have to remember, you are a fire sign. You are meant to go go go. You're meant to do things. You're meant to lead people. You're meant to be outside and let people see you. So when I see the sun, the King of Cups, and especially next to the star, it really tells me that perhaps this week you should not dial down or not keep quiet. It's more like you need a break. Okay. And I also want to say that it's okay for taking a break. And this week, it's not like the coming week will not be that unproductive. Things will still move for you, okay? But just be careful not to overwork. Just be careful not to tire yourself out. Let me see. Okay, you are magic. So this is supposed to be your extra message or your extra advice. Perhaps, yes, you are tired. Your spirit, I wouldn't say you're broken. I just feel that you are you need encouragement. Your kind of medicine is that you need people to tell you that you are doing great. And if there's no one around you to tell you that, then let me be the first to tell you that you are doing great. Okay, you have very, very good cards, which will indicate that whatever it is that you are doing or whatever kind of journey that you are on, there's nothing to worry about. Okay, because otherwise then the cards will show me that you have to do this and this and that and that. But your cards are just saying that when there's time to rest, just take a break. All right, because very likely you have done all kinds of work. You have done I think for some of you have done your shadow work. I don't know why it just came in suddenly for me. And you need to give yourself a pat on the back, because not everyone is willing to do their shadow work. They're not willing to face their own demon. Some of you, I can feel you have done that, and I think it may happen maybe about few days before you watch this video. Okay. All right, Leo, so that's all I have for you. I hope that was helpful for you. Okay, so now we move on to Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, you have Nine of Pentacles and you have Strength. Shift the way to new potential. Okay, so with just this shift the new way to new potential, this one really reminds me of Ace of Pentacles. So very likely you are wanting to start something new. Okay, this is what I feel from Nine of Pentacles and the star here, where your reading is more like you are wanting to do something, and it's kind of like a wish or a dream that probably has been in the back of your mind for some time now. And this coming week, it may be that you are able to see that idea come to life. You can see it's like, oh, the hope is here. I'm feeling great and I am ready to pick myself back up and just try this new thing that I want to do. Oh, sorry. I'm just taking a look at Nine of Pentacles because I feel there's more to it. In a way, you do have this pride or this ego, and it's not that the bad kind of ego and pride. It's just that because, I mean, some people they see ego as some sort of enemy. I don't think it should be like that. There are times when ego will help us, will save us. It's just that when there are certain times that you need to know how to tame your ego. I forgot where I read it from. I thought it was a great advice to tame your ego rather than totally not depend on it. Hang on, sorry about that. Okay, and so this part of you, it gives you a bit of confidence, okay, because you feel you're ready. You feel you uh, are are rejuvenated. You feel that, okay, I have rested enough. It's time for me to get back to my own 2 feet. I have this great idea that I want to try, and I'm going to do it. Okay, in which case, then the strength here would mean that you have this courage, okay, to try again. And I would say that perhaps this is something that is totally new for you, because with the card here, shift the way to new potential. I mean, yes, it's not because I see the word new. It's just that I feel that you are the Nine of Pentacles, which by right you should be living comfortably. Yes. And I don't feel you're adventurous. I just feel that you want to give it a try. It's more like you have this energy of wanting to try something. And I will tell you to just go for it. Because none of the cards are saying that you shouldn't. All the cards are saying that all the cards are telling you to go for it. Okay? All right, Sagittarius. So that's all I have for you. That's all I have for the fire signs. If you like this video, you can give it a like, share with your friends. I would really appreciate that. And you can always follow me on my Facebook, my Instagram, or even on my YouTube. And I will see you next video. Bye. Hi everyone, this is Iris from ileetarots. Welcome to your weekly reading. This reading is going to be for the water signs, so that's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And this reading is going to be for the 7th to the 13th of June 2021. If you're new to my video, what I usually do is I pull one card for the collective energy, and then 2 cards for Cancer, 2 cards for Scorpio, and 2 cards for Pisces. And then I'm going to tie it all into the collective energy, thus giving you your weekly reading. For this week's reading, I am going to incorporate one card from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. So this card is either going to be some extra message, or it's going to be some sort of advice for you. It really depends on the tarot cards, so let's just go straight into shuffling the cards and pulling them. It will not take long, I promise. Okay, so that's what messages do you have for the water signs? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, 7th to the 13th of June 2021. What messages do you have for them? What's coming for them? What is it that you want water signs to know? So one card for the collective energy. Okay. And then we have 2 cards for Cancer. Oops. 2 cards for Scorpio. 2 cards for Pisces. Okay. And oh, sorry about that. I'm going to be pulling the Sacred Creators Oracle cards now. So one card for Cancer, one card for Scorpio, and one card for Pisces. Okay, so let's start with the collective energy. So collective energy, we have the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is an energy about, it is someone who has this energy where they have to either, I would say, convey messages. If I were to compare Queen and King of Swords, I would say the Queen is, there's still some more progress to be made. There's still some more changes needed to be made. It sometimes, I mean, I can describe many things about Queen of Swords, but I don't think we will have time for the whole reading. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go straight into reading, and then we're going to see what happens there. Okay. Because I usually would talk about the collective energy before going into each sign, but I think somehow I feel it's going to be different for every reading, and I may not have enough time for this video, so let's just go straight to Cancer's reading. Okay, so Two of Swords, Eight of Swords. Okay, straight up when I saw the Two of Swords, I know that there's some sort of communication being blocked for some reason. So let's see what happens. Follow through. Either you are it can very likely be related to you and someone around you, but I wouldn't describe this person as the Queen of Swords. I would say that you are the Queen of Swords. Now you have Two of Swords and you have the Eight of Swords here. Combined it together, we get the Ten of Swords. And yes, I know that there's some sort of communication blocked, but I also want to say that you have a part in it. I'm not sure if you are dreading the truth or not wanting to know the truth, but there's some part of you that I feel right now, I even feel in my chest, that you do not want to move forward, you do not want to go ahead and ask. And there's something that you have to do, but you're not doing it. And it's related to communication. It's related to you having to tell someone something. Okay, now the Queen of Swords does indicate that, usually readers would read this person as someone who has been scorned before, who has been hurt before, and very likely whoever it is that you want to talk to has hurt you before. It's kind of like you are so guarded, you are not wanting to face something. But follow through here is saying that you should, because otherwise this is whatever this thing that you're supposed to face, to go with, to move forward to. This thing is, it's kind of like, how do I explain this? You are letting this situation, this thing here, affecting you the whole week. And I think it's also kind of because you cannot foresee, you cannot predict what the outcome is going to be. And so you feel, okay, I don't know, I don't want to get hurt, and I feel that maybe I'm just going to get more hurt, so I'm just going to keep quiet. But however, your oracle card here is saying that you should do it. Whatever it is that you don't want to do, you should do it, because otherwise this whole week is not going to be easy on you. Okay, all right, Cancer, so that's all I have for you. So now let's move to Scorpios. Scorpios, you have Seven of Wands and you have the Hangman. Okay, overthinking can spoil the magic. So this is totally the summary of these three tarot cards, because Seven of Wands itself, it is a card about someone resisting something else. So here you can see the goat is resisting this fox and this goose, trying to pretend that they're not there, trying not to hear them. And the energy is more or less the same as the Rider-Waite's kind of art. So very likely, I think you are dealing with someone who is the Queen of Swords. Because why I say that is because the Queen of Swords, they have this tendency to be totally brutally honest, or more like someone who doesn't I wouldn't say they don't filter through what they think. They just don't care about how you feel. And they know, and sometimes it can be that you know they're right, but they could have changed the way they speak. They could have changed the tone that they used, right? But somehow it still hurts you. Okay? And it's Queen of Swords, I wouldn't describe them as someone. I mean, they're supposed to be smart. They're just not emotionally smart enough, or more like they don't care. Okay? And you know, I would say, and I would advise you, don't take things too personally. Unless they tell you straight up, your mother, your father, and you da 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 da. But anything else, try not to take it too personally. Okay? And the Hangman here is saying that, you know what? And yeah, it's very likely you're holding on to this feeling, this upset feeling, this anger, because maybe this person is your superior, maybe this person is someone that is who has higher authority than you, and you had your hands tied behind your back. And this Hangman card itself is saying, just let it go, just let it be, simply because there's nothing. I wouldn't, how to explain this, it's not, there's nothing harmful or there's nothing that dangerous gonna happen. It's just that, the way, it's how, perhaps it's how this person has spoken to you that made you feel very uneasy, very upsetting. All right. And perhaps maybe you're thinking, okay, how do I solve this problem? Should I do this, that? Maybe there's only one way to go about this person, and you're overthinking the solution. Okay, so overthinking can spoil the magic. It really depends. Okay, let me give you an example. Maybe this person has not been very nice to you, and your only way is just tell this person straight, do you know that when you said this and that, it really hurts me? Or do you know that yeah, you think you're joking, but it actually hurts me? That's the most straightforward thing to do, to tell them straight, because they're not, yes, they are. Queen of Swords is someone who is smart, is supposed to be someone who is intellectual, but sometimes they are just that, how I say, they don't know how to read the room. Okay. Rather than just tell them, rather than just going, maybe I should write a letter to them, maybe I should send in a letter with an anonymous letter to them, telling them that they shouldn't do this, do that. Just tell them straight. Okay, this is just an example. All right, you have to try to apply this to your own situation. Okay, so I really hope this helps, Scorpio. Okay, now I'm moving to Pisces. So Pisces, you have Four of Swords and you have Three of Pentacles. Okay, so Queen of Swords will be more about you, and we have the Balance card, which is really interesting, right? So this week you're going to be doing a lot of, I wouldn't say planning, but it's more like there's some planning, some strategy, and some action being involved. But one thing's for sure, whatever task, whatever thing that you're doing this coming week is something related to message, communication, perhaps anything to do with technology even. Okay, so if you're running a Facebook page, an Instagram, or YouTube or whatever, okay, very likely this is your forte. And this week is asking you to be very careful in how you um in how you work. Okay, because we have the Four of Swords and we have the Three of Pentacles, so not a lot of action. Okay, but Three of Pentacles does promise that whatever it is that you're building, that you're working on, there will be progress. It's just probably not as fast as you want, but it's okay, because Four of Swords here is telling you to pay attention to your rest. When you need rest, just rest. That is why the Balance card is here for you, because this is just a reminder for you to take care of yourself. I also want to say that this is also a reminder for you to be aware of how you feel, to be aware of how you spend your energy and how you conserve your energy. Okay. All right, Pisces, so that's all I have for you. Yours is very straightforward. And water signs, that's all for your weekly reading today. I hope you like that. I hope you like it, and I will see you next video. Bye.